and Keep, our weekly live play show where we learn, play, and teach an assortment of games in any number of genres and settings, all primed by Cortex. If you're new around these parts and aren't sure what Cortex is, you have come to the right place. Cortex is a modular multi-genre toolkit system that lets you build just about any world or genre that you might want to play a game in. You can check it out for yourself at cortexrpg.com. Links in the chat, links in the description if you're watching in the future. And today, we're going to be playing a never-before-seen setting called Stranger Towns. Stranger Towns is designed by Kira McGran, and it will be a part of Volume 1 of a library of Cortex Prime spotlights that will be available in the future. My name is Mellie Doucette. I am the community manager for Cortex RPG and D&D Beyond, and today I'm very, very pleased to be joined by an amazingly cool group of people. We have Cam Banks, designer of Cortex Prime, mine, ours, and your cool rules daddy. Amazing. Actor, writer, improviser of Nerdist, Geek and Sundry, the Improvised Generation, Ripley Improv, Aliza Pearl. Looking amazing with the black lipstick, which I am just in love with.
You know, I had to.
So good.
I'm playing a goth adjacent character. I had to.
It's important.
You had to, and I'm so glad that you did. An incredible new face to our cast for those of you who've been following Roll and Keep. We have a new person here, the content producer for Fandom Tabletop, and somebody you know from just like every Twitch stream in the tabletop universe. It's Amy Dallen.
Oh,
welcome
so
to the show, Amy. So
this was a cast
happy to have you
out
here.
of amazing folks.
But most importantly, let's go ahead. Our Lady of Screams from the LRA Network, Kicking and Screaming podcast, and my personal nightmares, our GM, Vanessa Guerrero. Vanessa, let me hand this over to you. Here's your baby. Take us away.
Here's my baby. And also, if you're watching at home and if you've ever wanted to GM or DM a game and you've had maybe some trepidation about it, this is my first time. I'm going to be making all of the newbie mistakes in a very comfy and safe place to do so. So if that's something that's ever been intimidating for you, it's my first time now too. That's why I'm glistening. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce us and jump right in on it. And I'm going to ask so many questions to my co-pilot Mellie and my rules daddy Cam. And now we introduce you to the maninthelake.exe. The year is 1999, the precipice of the new millennium. Half the world is buzzing with excitement for what the future holds as the internet age brings a wealth of new information. It bridges missed connections, and it feels like possibilities in the air. The other half is buzzing with anxiety for the potential havoc to be wrought, preaching about Y2K and end times. But those are big city concerns, and we're not in the big city. We open on a small town. The sun sets over Ennis Hollow, Michigan. The city name, once painted a bold, bright red on the side of the water tower, is now a faded impression of what it once was. Not unlike our four protagonists we meet today. All muted versions of the once vibrant teens that they used to be. They were ready to take on the world and all the experiences that life has to offer, and now they just live as disillusioned adults. Just going through the motions, spending all day on the computer, not quite searching for anything but an escape. Something happened to each of them, each one changed by the experiences of their adolescence that has them all feeling so stuck. We meet Meadow. Aliza, tell us about Meadow.
Meadow is a slightly tall, 5'10", kind of lanky, goth-adjacent young woman who is, she usually has just like a neutral tone of voice, neutral face, not sour, just neutral. She just is observing the world. And doesn't show her reactions very visibly, unless you know her really, really well. She also kind of looks like a baby Whitney Houston with the 80s bob haircut with feathered bangs. And she, like I said, her style is goth business casual. So usually dark long sleeve shirts with a collared shirt underneath. Like she's literally going to work as a mortician's apprentice, which is what she is.
So that's actually where we are right now. We're at the Ennis Hollow Mortuary, and you just got a new body in. And you're currently working with another apprentice who's very plucky and very eager, but she's never done this before. And her name is Brittany. So you're going to be walking Brittany through filling out all of the intake. Thanks for helping me out, Meadow.
Yeah, no problem. That's, part of my apprenticeship too, is to help other people.
All right, well, I don't really know where to start. Do you call it or whatever their name is? I don't know what to do at this point.
Well, it's still a person, even though they're not in their physical form anymore. They're still a person, so I call them by whatever their pronouns were, if I know them.
So...
But that's a choice,
Who was she?
I look down at her, and do I recognize this person, number one? And number two, is she in the room with us right now?
So she's on the table. You don't recognize her, but you do definitely know her name.
Is she talking to me is what I'm asking.
Yes, she is, Meadow.
Okay.
Aliza, my name's Aliza. Can you tell her to please just look at the intake form? God.
I look over at the intake form and I point. So Brittany, her name is right there. It's Aliza. You can just call her Aliza.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So I'm supposed to look at the forms. Thank you.
Yeah.
So much. Aliza's over your shoulder. Just God, in all of my years of nursing, look at the forms. That's the first thing that they should know. Also, why aren't you talking to me?
Brittany, can I just, I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Why don't you just keep filling out this intake form and just, copy it word for word from what the family member wrote on the form. I'll be right back. And I walk out to the hallway.
You're leaving me with it, Aliza?
It's a she, and she's
okay.
Just a husk.
You're leaving me with her. Okay.
Yeah, she can't hurt you. She's just a husk. And I kind of silently motion towards Aliza's spirit to follow me in the hallway.
Sorry, I just realized maybe she wasn't in on the whole deal. I heard the rumors about you, but I didn't know it was actually a thing.
Yeah. You heard rumors about me?
No. I've never participated in any kind of idle gossip.
Okay, we didn't know each other when you were live, so that's kind of weird, but interesting.
Apologies. Well, I just wanted to say...
No, it's...
Sorry about the whole gossip thing, but thank you. Thank you for taking care of me in this time. I trust you.
Of course. I know it's a time of transition. It can be really awkward for a lot of people. Just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. Listen, I've been down this road where I literally see dead people and people freak out when I start talking to someone who's not in the room, according to them. So I can't just talk to you while living people are around. So that's why. I'm not ignoring you, though.
I understand. I had a niece that got kind of weird whenever I talked to my cat. Yeah, she thought I was crazy, too.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I'd say that's kind of similar. Yeah.
That's
sure. Are you okay? Why are you hanging out? Because, is everything all right? You good? You're not ready to cross over yet, though?
I think I'm good. I think I just needed to talk to someone. Thank you, Meadow.
Yeah, no problem. I'm here. I'm here if you need me.
And she starts to disappear into the ether. And yet another person crossed over thanks to your help, and you're just kind of sitting alone in the silence of the hallway again. when suddenly
Why did
you hear a
dead so
man's
much
voice that
nicer than the
startles
living
you.
sometimes?
They really are, though. I feel like it's because they have less problems.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're sitting in the silence of the hallway, you're interrupted by a sound. A man's voice. And then you realize...
Hello?
It's just a computer pinging you got mail.
Oh. I go over to my the computer.
And do you open the email?
Mm-hmm.
Spam! Enhance, grow, a magical cure. Buy now for max growth.
Delete.
You've got mail.
Okay, open that one.
Why don't you want to enhance your life?
Delete.
You've got mail.
Oh, God. Open that one.
Aren't you wishing for a magical cure, Meadow?
What is happening? I reply to this last one. Who is this?
Okay. It immediately replies back. At this point, it's not even opening up like emails. It's just automatically filling up as it types on the screen. That's not important right now, Meadow. Aren't you looking for a magical cure? Something to make things different?
What if I was?
The man in the lake can help you with, Meadow.
The man in the lake?
The man in the lake sees that you're stuck, Meadow. Do you want to make things different? Do you want to go back?
Is this like a chainmail thing?
It starts automatically erasing everything on screen, and you only see the words, "You can change it, Meadow," and then a file link pops up, maninthelake.exe.
This is totally a virus. I'm not opening this.
Do you want to close it? Do you want to turn off the computer? What do you want to do at this point?
I want to close it. I want to close the email program.
Okay.
Because deleting it doesn't do anything, so I'll just close it.
All right. You close the computer. At this point, there's nothing on the screen anymore. And then your Palm Pilot dings.
Okay, look at it, open it.
You can change your fate, Meadow. And then once again, it gives you that link, maninthelake.exe.
I would like to, if I can say that Meadow is part of this kind of baby goth. What were those called in the 90s? Like the Cam, you know this.
Oh, like the Vampire Freaks and the Vampire the Masquerade.
Like Usenet groups?
Yeah.
Usenet, yeah.
That.
Like baby goth hack dot something dot
yes.
sock dot
Like
AG.
my baby.goth. Yeah.
Yeah.
My internet baby goth friends.
Yeah, rick.arts.babygoth.hack. Help.
I'd like to go there to find my baby goth friends and be like, hey, is anyone getting this weird chainmail email internet virus thing called maninthelake.exe?
Somebody immediately replies, and it's just question mark. I don't know. Seems like some
Okay.
Y2K stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? I think it's gonna like nuke my Palm Pilot and my computer if I open it.
You see that they type a new message. Actually, I opened it. It's just a bunch of like jumbled letters and garbage. I think someone's pranking you.
Oh, who's it from? Like, what is it? What's the point?
It doesn't have anything. It's just a text file. Like, you should seriously look at it. It's nothing. It's just a bunch of letters.
Okay, Gary. I don't know why I'm so mad at Gary all of a sudden.
Gary at N008 immediately replies like, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a virus, though. It's just a harmless text file.
Okay. I switch over to the alert and I open it. Better be right, Gary.
And it opens up. And he's right. It's just a bunch of jumbled letters and numbers and symbols. And I'm going to have you do a perception check.
Okay.
While you try and make out what this is. So then I have to learn how to do a roll too, so I actually need to do this now.
All right.
Yeah. So,
So,
Mellie, I'd be rolling first to give her something to roll against, correct?
yeah, this sounds like a test. So in Cortex,
Yeah, it's a
the
test.
GM will pick, the difficulty. So that might be 2d4s
Okay.
like super duper easy, d8's kind of that nice middle number, d10s and d12s gets harder and harder. You're gonna roll those 2 days. Set a difficulty for Aliza to try and test against in order to accomplish what she needs to accomplish.
Okay, I'm gonna make this one pretty easy. Because she's on a baby goth cyber network, so she could definitely make out whatever the heck this is. So we're gonna go 2d4s. Oh, good to see that my rolling when I'm as a player
pretty good.
translates to my rolling as a
Wow.
GM.
That was about to be. When you've got 2d4s, the chances of you rolling an opportunity is much higher.
Gotcha.
But no.
Right, so
Yeah.
try and beat that big ol' 6.
All right. Big old 6. Okay, so I'm trying to decipher this. I guess I would say mental. My choices and values are entrepreneur, philosopher, rebel, enforcer, townie, parent. I mean, I guess philosopher? Would that be?
Yeah.
I'm not just picking
You're
my
trying to
highest
decipher
die on
this.
purpose, I promise. Yeah. I promise that's not what I'm doing. So my distinctions are mundane. We've got the beat because I'm a former cheerleader.
Yeah.
Offbeat are scarily good at hiding the truth. And strange as I see dead people like mom and grandma did. But none of these seem to really work for this. So I'd like to use one as a detriment and take a PP.
Okay.
Maybe whatever the result of this is, I'm not good at hiding my expression on it. So if someone nearby might be like, what's going on with you? So I'm going to take that 4 for scarily good at hiding the truth.
Okay.
And then none of my assets really apply. So I will see how this goes.
Oh
Wow.
no! The player curse continues.
Aliza,
God.
how could you fail that? She gave you
With
2d4s, and you had all this dice.
Well,
I don't know.
do you want to roll again, or do you want to keep it like this and keep things interesting?
Let's keep things interesting.
Okay. So you try and figure out what it is, and then suddenly your screen just powers off. But then all the power in the building powers off.
Gary Noob, it was a virus. Ugh.
And suddenly, your screen comes on. And it's those same jumbled letters and symbols and texts, but they're rearranging. And they form an ACII image of what looks like the silhouette of just someone floating. You don't even really know in what. It's just the silhouette of somebody floating. and you lean in to take a closer look when you hear Brittany's voice and a hand on your shoulder.
Oh my god.
And you turn to see
Hey.
Brittany. And right as you turn, expecting to be face to face with this anxious, squeamish intern, you actually see the body that's been on the table in the other room standing in front of you.
Aliza?
Just hollow and empty. Except it's not really Aliza. She's still pale and she's still cold, and right as you say your name, she shoves you into a hole that opened up in the ground.
Oh,
Cut to
no.
black. Cut to.
You said goodbye to Eliza. She left the building. I'm telling you.
Eliza's gone. That's just a hollow person of what used to be. Cut to.
Well, we
We're
know
not in Mira's
husks can't
room.
hurt you, so.
Exactly. They're basically just puppets that could push you into holes that lead into God knows where.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now we're in Mira's room. And Mira's room. Mellie, how would you describe Mira and Mira's room?
Well, Mira is just, she's that weird girl that you just, everybody knows one from their high school days. If you were me, then you were that person. But she is that person, and she's wearing clothes that are too old. They're obviously well grown out of. Like, she's 28. She's probably had what she's wearing since she was 14 or 15. And yeah, her room is scattered with books and weird detritus and fast food bags and just garbage. It smells, unclean, a little sour, and she herself just kind of has almost this air of like not really being present in the world, not really caring that much. She's just kind of like hunched over, probably like laying in bed curled up, just like not really functional at this point. She's just kind of counting down the time until she has to go back to work, or she has to go bring back a library book before it's due.
All right. And in front of Mira, her laptop is open. And she's on one of those websites where it's mostly people just posting scary stories and cryptids. And are you looking at anything particular on this site?
I think she's looking for something new because she does this all the time. She doesn't do anything else with her time. She reads books and she goes on the computer and she goes to work and she doesn't have any other hobbies. So she's looking for something that isn't just a repost, that it hasn't just made the rounds already. She wants something to keep her interested, to make it so that she doesn't just want to like drop this too, like another thing. I can't even browse the internet and keep my interest up. There's no, why am I even here? So she wants something.
Yeah. She gets a DM, although this is from someone that she knows. Not really knows, because in the age of the internet, who do we even know other than our friends online? But someone that she talks to. And that is Bigfoot Lives 62, who wants to know, hey Mira, how's your day going so far?
And she immediately just goes into this persona that she tries to put on online. So as she's thinking about it, response, she sort of straightens up a little bit, kind of moves her hair out of her face, and just looks around and sees how dirty things are, but just shakes her head and will respond, everything's really good. Work is super busy, and just living the dream. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing pretty great if you say so myself, because I just found out that there's a local Mothman sighting group in my town.
Oh, wow. That's That's so. And I do I know what town they're from?
Presumably Jersey, because it's Mothman.
Perfect. Yeah. So not here. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. I'm so happy for you. Smiley face. Smiley face. Send.
And as you send this message, almost immediately, another message pops up. But it's not from anyone that you've ever messaged before. And their name's just kind of a scramble of letters. And it asks, wow, you can't even try to fake it anymore, can you, Mira?
Who's this? Send.
It immediately replies back, just another fan of scary stories, Mira. You like scary stories, right?
I leave it and I don't respond.
Okay. Do you
But I
exit
stare
out,
at
or is
it.
the
like
screen
I'm
still
not
up?
no, I'm staring. I'm just staring at it, like waiting for them to maybe say something else. But I'm a little like worried. She's been bullied a lot, so she's kind of like, okay, what's the catch on what's happening here? Who is this?
Okay. It replies back, I'm sorry if I scared you. I'm just such a fan of yours on the forums, and I know you've been looking for something interesting, and I think I found it.
What did you find, Send?
Have you heard of the Man in the Lake?
Have I ever heard of that?
No, you have no idea. It's the first you've ever heard of it. But you can even pretend like you know if you want to.
Yeah, I will respond with just like the thumbs up emoji.
Smart. I feel like that's been the internet neutral since 1999 for I don't know what else to say here, and you're being weird at me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did they have emojis then? I don't remember.
They didn't look like
It
they
could
do
be-
now, but
It could be like the little 8 for the knuckles, and then like, I don't know, whatever shape makes the thumb.
yeah. Oh man, yeah, like an 8 and an L or something.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, then if you've heard of it, you've probably heard about the challenge, right?
I'll just say challenge. What challenge?
All you have to do is just open up this like link and read what's inside of it, and then you read it into a mirror and you turn it off the lights, kind of like Bloody Mary.
Sounds dumb, but okay.
I mean, I tried it, but like nothing really happened for me. But here's the link if you want to give it a shot. And it's maninthelake.exe.
And I'll just ask them one more time, like, who are you? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Send.
And it replies back, just a fan of scary stories.
I'll stare at the file for a while. I'll like reply to them just with like a K after a while. And then I just look around again and I just see how just boring everything is around me. And I also just kind of feel this just whisper in the back of my mind of people telling me like that I'm a scaredy cat, that I'm a coward, that I won't even open this stupid file. It's not even going to do anything. And then I'll open it.
You open the file, and you see a poem with the instructions to read the incantation into a mirror, and then turn off the lights. Do you decide to?
Yeah, I'll write it down in a little scrap piece of paper, probably like a napkin or something that has like mustard on it, and then bring that into the bathroom because my curtains don't really block out any light in here. And then into the mirror, I will read. Do you want me to read this that you sent?
Yep. So go ahead and read that into a
Okay.
mirror.
Okay, I read it. The man in the lake knows you are an incomplete set. Have you grown tired of falling short of a ghost? Turn back the clock on what you can't forget. In the darkness, find what you missed most. And then I hit the light.
And nothing really happens. You're just kind of staring at yourself in the dark for a bit.
This is stupid. I turned the light back on.
And when you turn the light back on, it's still your reflection. But then you start to realize not quite. Because your reflection isn't touching your face. And she's not dressed like you either. She looks like you, but kind of like a more dressed up proper you. And then you realize it's not you. It's your sister Mila.
Not real, not real, not real. Not real.
Mira!
I'm good.
Mira, you need to find me! Mira! No,
I
it's
pinch
me, Mira.
myself. I'm like, this isn't, what the heck? This isn't real. You're not real. This isn't happening.
No,
This is
Mira,
just so
I'm
stupid.
real. I'm alive. You need to find me. Mira, please.
Okay, then where are you? If you're real, where are you?
I don't know. I don't know how long it's been. It's just been cold and dark for so long. I don't know how long it's been. I need you, Mira. Find me.
You're dead. You're dead. That's where you are. You're dead. So just go back to it. Being dead. This is so stupid.
I swear, I'm not dead.
I'm gonna try to
not
leave the
dead.
bathroom.
You try to leave the bathroom and the door's locked.
I try to unlock it. I imagine it locks from the inside.
It locks from the inside, but it's just immovable at this point. It feels like it's a brick wall now. It doesn't even feel like door anymore.
Okay. Really funny. I don't know how you fake mirrors or video or something. I don't care how you did it. This is stupid. Just stop. Please, just let me out. Let me out.
And Mila looks at you with pleading in her eyes. And she reaches out. And you see just the tips of her fingers come through the mirror. And she says, Mira, please, I need my other half.
I think about it for a long time. And again, I'm just kind of like against the door, still like trying to move it. And it won't. And I just look around. I don't see any other option. I hope that maybe, okay, I'm going to wake up. If I just do this, I'll wake up. I just have to finish this nightmare, whatever it is. And I will reach forward and I will grab her hand.
And she grabs your hand. And she pulls you into the mirror. And it feels warm and wet, almost like amniotic fluid. You just feel safe. And then you just kind of drift off and fall asleep. And we cut to black as we meet Rusty. Now, Rusty is sitting in his home office playing a computer game, probably something like Minesweeper. I don't know. What are you playing, Rusty? And tell us about you.
A couple years ago, we had this great collection of floppy disk games that we put out through the Sunrise Fellowship because you want to teach youth a lot more about how things work and putting things together and the usual kind of things, Bible verses, quotes from the Book of Nicodemus, that sort of thing, right? And in the course of it, they actually had this really neat little game where you could just sort of, like the crosses would come down and you sort of move yourself underneath them and try and catch them. I don't like to have those Windows games on here. They're really time wasters. I'd rather have something that I know we put some investment into. So I'm doing that. I'm doing the cross-catching game. It's
Okay.
about 6 years old, but hey, it's fine. This is a 6-year-old computer.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Rusty.
Rusty is he's the heir to the sort of mega church that's in the town. He is quite removed now from the day-to-day affairs of the town. Everything in his life is fixated on the fact that his mother and father, who are now in like the late 70s, 60s, 70s, they're going to eventually pass on. And his sister doesn't care about any of this stuff. She left a long time ago, so it's really up to him. So he does just sits in this office, and he's got filing cabinets and shelves with big ring binders on them with dates on them, and he's just working on the books and all that stuff. Doesn't really have a lot else to do. So he takes breaks, and this is one of those things he does. Yeah, he looks a lot like someone who, if his parents had let him to try out for football, he would have been great. He would have been a track star. He would have been a football star. He would have been maybe he would have gone to volleyball. We don't know. That never happened.
If he wasn't so sheltered.
Correct. They did give him amazing protein shakes and things. I mean, Sunrise Fellowship's got a whole lot of multi-level marketing stuff going on. We've got, like behind me in my office here, we've got racks and racks and racks of shampoos and supplements and things you can mix with water, things you can mix with shrimp milk. Perfect.
Just all that good, rigid diet stuff. And you hear a knock on the door. Kind of. You hear a knock and you hear someone say knock knock in that very corny, sweet, familiar way. Knock knock. Come in. I'm just looking at the attendance for last week. I'll switch. You're looking for the attendance.
I'm not very good at switching the windows over. So behind it, you can still see the game during the thing falling down.
It's your wife, Daphne. You're
honey.
working on the attendance.
Yes. That's okay. Yeah. You got me. You got me once again. I'm just playing the game. I got a high score yesterday. I wanted to try and beat it today.
Well, I'm gonna work on the attendance tomorrow, and I might just beat yours.
You can sure try. What can I do for you, honey? Obviously, I'm available. Is there something that you need me to do?
Oh, we actually just got all those donations in, and I think we can afford new pews.
Oh, that's great. Mom and Dad are going to be so happy. They keep on at me about that, and it's one of the things that they gave to me is the church maintenance is a very important part of church life. The fellowship needs it. He is the sun, and the light shines on him, and we need the light to shine through onto the pews and not look like they're scratched up and the cushions are all ripped.
Yeah. So I'll just leave those receipts on your desk, and there's probably going to be some more incoming from that drive, but
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe later we can have dinner later, just the two of us. Not like
there's
a church
new
thing, just
flavor.
us.
There's a new flavor, honey. You can see it over there. I'll stand up and walk over to like the shelf and get down like split pea. I mean, just you and I. We could make this.
I don't mean split pea. I was thinking maybe we can like go to that new pasta place with all the breadsticks.
Oh, I don't know about that. I heard they don't like low-fat diets there, and we have to make too many exceptions.
But it's just one night. When do we ever?
Well, there was that time.
That time?
Last month, wasn't it? Maybe before Christmas?
I don't know, I'm just saying maybe you and me could just do stuff for us sometime. Maybe we can go out of town or see a movie in like a theater, not like scary ones that you guys show here.
Well, that's scary. It's all real. I mean, you have to understand that the perils that people have in this modern life. Look, even now with the interwebs.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it some other time.
Oh, well, let me just make a note in my calendar, and I'll definitely get back to you, honey. It's very important, and I understand. I obviously am the man of the family, and I need to be the one who provides and makes sure that you get. I'll sort it out. Don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. You got things to do. Don't let it get on your mind. And I'll start making a note on a post-it or something.
And she just kind of sighs and leaves the office and leaves you back to your game. Then an email comes in. And in the subject line, it says donation.
Oh, electronic mail. Thank goodness. Checking, there's a whole stack of actual real letters that have been letting there sit there for quite some time. This is the future, and I can tell that the church is going to have a lot to do with the more progressive path forward towards a better world with the electronic mail. So I'll open up this and hit the button.
And in the subject line, it says, "Hello, I'd like to make a donation." And nothing else, because everyone's just kind of learning email.
Oh. Well, let's see if I can crack my knuckles and get down to it. I'll hit the reply button. And I'll start typing out, "We would welcome any donation at the Sunrise Fellowship. He is risen." And then I'll just return. And then I'll type my full name. And then I'll hit send. Rusty Moorhead.
And it immediately replies back, "Oh, I'm not looking to donate money."
Is that faster than it normally gets back to me?
Much faster, immediate, in a way that's surprising.
Most of the parishioners don't know their way around this either, so this seems ridiculously fast, huh? Oh, reply. "Would you like to make an appointment to talk about donations? I am available," and I'll go turn around and start looking for the calendar. I'm thinking I have all day tonight. Mm-hmm.
It immediately responds back, "I don't want to donate money. I want to donate an opportunity."
This is starting to be a little bit more than I'm used to. I'm still on the screen where I'm typing.
Yeah.
What kind of opportunity?
And it takes just a second longer than it did before, but it's still pretty fast. And an email comes back. But first I have a question. Do you think it's a sin to keep secrets, Rusty?
Yes, the book of Nicodemus, chapter 17, verse 12, says that secrets kept from all are the secrets that will help us fall. So, yes, absolutely, that is not a thing that we want to do. All light-faring people understand that.
And then it just goes green and starts train of thought typing on the screen.
Hmm.
Then how far have you fallen, Rusty?
Does it look like there's a place to type back, or is it just doing its own thing?
You see the little flashing indicator. Kind of like you're just like typing into a command terminal.
And I'm just like, who is this? I'm starting to get unnerved by the speed and the obvious sort of understanding that there is. Like I'm talking to a person, not like a computer.
Mm-hmm. You know, they say the only way you can keep a secret is if you keep it from yourself.
Well, that's enough of the computer for today. Let me just turn this off. I'll turn off the monitor.
You turn off the monitor, and your fax line starts ringing.
Oh. If it rains but it pours, I'll go and have a look and see what it's... I'll watch it and see if it responds and answers.
And a fax comes in. And in just the upper left corner, you see the words typed out. Would you like to go back, Rusty? Back before you had to keep it.
I'll just stare at it for a moment. I won't even tear it off the thermal paper fax machine, by the way. I won't even turn that off. Tear it off. I'm just going to stare at it. Is it doing anything else?
And as you start to hesitate, it just starts to keep printing the words, would you like to go back, over and over and over again. And it won't stop. Just ream after ream of paper is falling to the floor with the words, would you like to go back?
I'll look over my shoulder and I'll just call out Daphne's name, and as if like she'll magically burst in here and help me out. I'm staring at the closed door. I'm still holding, by the way, on my to one side the box of pea and ham soup mix.
And as you call her name, the phone on the fax starts ringing.
Answer that. Is this
and it's
you?
Just fax
Whoever
noise.
this is?
It's just fax noise and nonsense and static. And it rings again.
Night and dark. Just hang it up. I'm doing the whole thing where I can't put the receiver down properly and clattering it, and then I'll just unplug the fax machine on the back.
And you unplug the fax machine. And you're still kind of holding the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And it rings again.
I'll see if is anyone there. Is it beeping? Is it noise? Is it a voice?
Initially, you just hear static. And then you hear the faintest voice. Just kind of a crackling voice. Would you like to go back, Rusty?
Does that remind me of a voice I've heard in the past?
It's so faint. Maybe it's familiar, but there's so much static.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And right as you say yes, the second you say yes, the phone starts to feel like there's a suction coming from it.
Oh, no.
And you feel your hair kind of being pulled into the phone. And then the rest of you starts to slide into the receiver as you're pulled into the phone, and it just falls to the ground, still unplugged, yet leaving a busy signal amongst all of the papers that ask, "Would you like to go back, Rusty?" And we hang there for a moment as you've disappeared into the phone. And we cut to Jean. Now, Jean is in the middle of a music lesson, the last 5 minutes actually, with her student Josh, who is terrible. He's been at it for like 3 years, but truly he still cannot grasp Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Now, Jean, tell us a little bit about you.
It's a little higher. Yep. Jean is in her late 20s. She is a lifetime resident, of course, of our small town. I like to keep busy with a lot of different stuff, of course. I love to give my music lessons, but I'm on a few different town committees, and we have some really exciting plans for the rec center and for the fair this summer. And what else? Let's see. She's got her hair in a dirty blonde hair in one of those little flippy haircuts. She feels very fashionable. You think there's probably a good chance she rolled into the hairdresser's place with a photograph of Drew Barrymore. But you know, it's pretty much working. She's got the flippy going on, and nice button-up shirt. And you can tell she's teaching out of a spare room in the small house. And it's interesting because it feels like you're not sure how you can tell, but you can tell that like this room has lived a couple of lives. Like it feels like there's weird fading pattern on the walls where like there used to be a bunch of stuff that's just not up there anymore. But now it's got, you know, some nice like sampler embroidery things about sort of like letting music move you and practice makes perfect. You know, just decorating the walls and various instruments. There's a flute and a sax and a couple of guitars in the corner and a piano and a little keyboard and the trumpet that Josh is making real progress. You know,
and
you know, I
Josh
think
squeaks out a few notes.
Remember how we talked? Just breathe and go. You know how we talked about practicing outside of the lesson times? I bet you'd be amazed by how much progress you'll make if you can just squeeze in just 1 or 2 times in between our lessons to just try it at home. I know your mom doesn't want you doing it inside anymore, but
Wait. All right. I swear I practiced this time. All right, are you ready? Just like Louis Armstrong.
You know what? You have been looking at those videos I told you about. Oh, high five, Josh.
Thank you, Miss Jean.
No, that's You know, you can learn a lot from those guys. Don't try to do the cheeks thing though. It's really it's more of an advanced technique. It's better for you to practice that face integrity. We practice that trumpet face, right?
All right, I'll practice my trumpet face. Next Wednesday?
Yes, of course. I do believe we are about out of time. But you will watch another of those videos, but you'll practice your song, right?
I'll open the book.
That's all I can
Josh
ask for. I think he did actually look at the video, so that's cool.
And your Palm Pilot goes off. It's your notification letting you know you're about done with Josh's class. And another student should be starting soon.
Right.
And start going through your calendar for me. Tell me what your agenda's like.
Well, I've got one more student this afternoon, and then I've got a little bit of downtime, and then there's some kind of talk back town council thing later tonight. I just thought I would go up because I know the rec center budget is up on next month and it's going to be, kind of boring, but like, what's boring about taking care of our community, right? So I thought I would try to go by that. That should be about 8 o'clock. And yeah, that's about it for today. I've got some lessons lined up for tomorrow. And then nothing tomorrow night, and then nothing Friday night.
And then Monday. You've got lessons Monday.
Yeah, lessons on Monday, and some lessons on Tuesday, and then the fair planning meeting. That's going to be Tuesday afternoon. Those are always contentious, let me tell you.
And as you start to scroll down your calendar,
yeah,
you see the same day-to-day, Monday through Friday, nothing on the weekends. Day-to-day, Monday through Friday, nothing on the weekends. But then you notice you have something scheduled for every day, as far as you can scroll. And it's just the word bored.
delete.
But it just
Weird
keeps popping
typo.
up.
Delete. What was that? I don't. What was I trying to? Maybe delete. Up, delete. Up, delete. Up, delete.
And every single one you delete, more just keep popping up in its place. Every hour, every day, as far as you can scroll, the only thing you have scheduled is the word bored.
Gonna just set the Palm Pilot down there for a second.
And you set your Palm Pilot down. And on it, you see that ACII image of just a man floating. Just a lifeless shape floating.
Pick it up.
And right as you pick it up, that image is now on the computer on your desk.
I
On
drop
the
it.
TV you have in the corner. It's just flashing on all of the screens you have in your music room.
I'd start turning everything off.
Your frames, your certificates, framed things on the wall, now also have that image.
I back into whatever corner is furthest away from all of them. I try to have my eyes on all of them at once.
And then each one of them just displays a letter. And from the corner that you're in, from the view of the entire room, you realize it's all displaying the words, "Hello, Jean."
Who's there?
And then they all just have the same text on them at this point. What a whimper. What happened to the girl with the rebel yell?
I don't know what you're talking about! I don't know what you want!
Yes, you do. What happened to the girl with the rebel yell, Jean?
I don't know what you're talking about! Leave me alone!
And now they're all just flashing the words, "Do you miss you?"
I'm gonna put my hands up on either side of my hand and scream.
And right as you scream, right as you let out a scream, your phone starts ringing.
Hello, Miss Jean.
And you don't hear anybody for a second. But then you hear music. You hear familiar music. You're kind of taken somewhere else. To a time when you were happier. And right as you hear the music, your phone flashes a message again. Do you want your freedom again, Jean?
Yes.
And the text displays, play me a song, Jean.
I walk over to the corner of the room and I move aside an acoustic guitar and a small-sized teaching one. And in back is what looks like a beat-up old Gibson electric guitar. I put it on. And I start to play.
And you play a song you haven't played in a really long time. And it feels good. It feels like you're getting to know someone you haven't seen in a long time. You're getting to know you. It's loud and it's crunchy and it's rebellious. But it sounds like you, and it's the closest thing you've ever had to a lullaby. And then you start to fall asleep. Because it's so soothing. And you black out. And you wake up. And all four of you find yourselves together. In what looks to be like a room, like a hallway in a high school? And it's just endless lockers. As far as the eye can see, as high as the eye can see, there are no locker numbers, just gibberish. And you're all suddenly placed in that room together.
Hey.
Do I recognize anyone here?
You might recognize someone.
Same question.
You're all adults. You might look kind of familiar to each other.
Hey. Don't I know you? It's Jean.
And who are you talking?
I'll look at Jean and try and find something in her face that is familiar. I'll say, music teacher Jean?
Yeah, hi.
Or
Rusty, right?
high school talent show Jean?
That was a lifetime ago. What's going on?
Well, I was sucked into my phone.
I was pushed into a hole in the ground by a dead body.
I read a stupid poem, and then I got pulled into a mirror.
Well,
I'm gonna start pinching myself.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're all kind of figuring it out, Meadow, your Palm Pilot suddenly starts ringing.
Oh, whoa. I answer it. Hello?
And you don't hear anyone, but you see that image that came up.
Oh my god. It's the virus. Look,
Virus?
I think this is what it is. This is what brought me here.
Can I see what's on your phone?
I'm showing it. Yeah.
I saw it.
They just said it was like a challenge, like a stupid joke, you know, like Bloody Mary, and that's. Did you all like read a thing out? Did you?
No, I just opened this email that on my Palm Pilot that had this same image. Here, let me just open it all the way.
As she's doing that, I want to kind of just. I skirt the wall. I always feel weird walking through the middle of things, but I would like to just like peek out into the hall itself. Is like anybody else here? Or is it just us four?
It's just
Don't
the
go
four
too
of
far.
you. There's no one else there, but it's just like, think like Raiders of the Lost Ark, but like just that warehouse, but just lockers. Lockers absolutely everywhere.
Is there only the one hall back and forth, or is it intersections, or what?
It's back and forth, and then just like up to the cloud, to where you can even see like cloud formations. Like that is how high these lockers go.
Can I touch one of the lockers?
Yeah.
That's a picture made out of letters.
Yeah. Did you all see this? Did you get this?
I saw it.
Is that a person?
Yeah, it's a very creepy person, and it's called maninthelake.exe.
So as soon as you say that,
Mm.
as soon as you see that, your screen just says the words, "Find your way back." And right as that happened, Jean, you touched a locker.
Mm-hmm.
That locker just starts rumbling.
Oh, I might have caused a situation.
What is?
I'm gonna back away from it and sort of try to
You should
usher
get back.
others away from
That
it.
doesn't look good. Mm-mm.
Oh no,
Is this like a bomb?
Oh, I hope not. Let's back away. Let's go further down the hallway.
Yeah.
And as you go further down the hallway, you realize the numbers just kind of all look like codes.
Mm.
Do you want to keep going? Do you want to investigate?
Yeah, I'd like to maybe if we keep going, as we're passing some by, I'd like to try to read them.
Okay. One of the lockers in is just like binary code, and then another one has like that nerd tech speak. So they all have like different little like tech speak labels on them.
Speak.
Yep, little lead speak labels all over all of them.
Would I recognize any? Anything
Well,
look
this
more
doesn't seem to make
familiar
any
to me?
sense. Are these the same color lockers as the ones we had in school? Are they different colored? Are they like some other kind of thing, like a government thing?
You can recognize them as the colors that you had in school. The hall lights are like a kind of sickly green glow, and everything looks like an awful version of what you knew in high school. But they're the same color as the lockers you had in high school.
I'd like to reading these. You know, I feel like at least the like lead speak. I don't know about the binary, but the lead speak I feel like I'm pretty familiar with. I'm gonna just try to like find a word that feels, you know, familiar or that I can sort of grab onto as there's something I can understand here.
Okay. In that case, we're going to roll
Okay.
to find a locker.
This time.
And I'm gonna make this one easy.
Roll.
All right, so I'm going to make this one easy, and I'm going to do... You know what? Let's go with 2 6s.
Feels
A
good.
good default.
It's a good default. Yo, I still got that player luck. I still have player luck. Who knew that I wouldn't even get first-time GM luck? That's good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna leave that opportunity sitting there. For those of you who don't know Cortex, you know, if I had a complication, I could buy that and step it down, or I could buy it and step up an asset that I have. But my asset's a library card. I don't think that's gonna help me in this particular situation, in this scene, so I'm gonna just leave that on the table. I think that as I go through these lockers, it's gonna be my mental attribute. And I think that it will probably be my philosopher D8, because this is just my understanding of, you know, the leet speak and binary and all these weird internet things that I've learned over the past couple years. And my distinction will be Encyclopedia Obscura, kind of the same thing, where like code might be something that I read about because it's not as common as you know, every thing else that she wishes she knew. And I'm gonna roll it. And I'm gonna roll really, really good. But that it does look like a heroic success. So we're gonna do a giveaway in chat of a Cortex Prime handbook, which is awesome. And I got a hitch, and Vanessa, a reminder for you and for everybody watching, you could buy those if you want. Give us a plot point and create a complication for us, which is like a narrative problem that you get to roll against me until I can get rid of it.
And it starts as a D6. And the more hitches we roll, if you activate it, the bigger the complication is. So D6 to start with, and it could go as high as D12, depending on how many dice come up. 1.
Okay. So, you know, I think I am going to buy that complication from you.
Yeah. So, and you get to tell me what that is. You get to define this. It's a D6 complication of some kind.
Okay. So I know what that is. First, I'm going to tell you how it was a heroic success. How much of a heroic success it was, and then I'm going to introduce your complication.
Okay.
Because it was a heroic success. The locker has 4 numbers on it, and it doesn't feel like a locker number. It reads 1989.
Oh no. I just feel like physically sick at the idea of what that means with putting all these things together. I'm like, oh no, we went back. Oh.
Are you saying that?
I think we're.
You okay?
I'm saying that out loud. I think we went back. Like,
That's what the voice asked me.
1989.
The voice on
like-
the phone and the fax machine.
Like high school. Like
And the
we're
computer.
in high school.
That can't. It's okay. That's not a thing.
I mean,
Right?
it's also not
And
a
I look
thing to
around-
get pulled into a mirror, or to get pulled into a phone, or to get pushed into a hole by a corpse. And this is, but
We're having a weird dream, right?
The locker swings open.
I want to sort of pull Mira away.
Yeah, I'll do that thing where I try and stand in the way but don't. Like,
The locker swings open, and you see some items inside.
all right, then I'll lean forward a little bit and try and see what the items are, if that's okay.
Yeah. And, do I want to have you roll for this one? No, you're having a competition. I'm just going to let you see what the items are. And, those items are also another asset I'm giving all of you. I talked to Cam, and we're going with D8s because they're super special. And, it is Mira, your name tag from your job at the video hut that says, "Hello, my name is Mira." Meadow, it's your cheerleading megaphone from high school.
Oh my god.
Jean, it's your spiked cuff bracelet. You know, like those spiky, punky ones.
Oh my god.
And Rusty, it's your little bag of arcade tokens.
Oh no. Where I used to sneak off and play video games. The ones that were church mandated. I'll take that bag.
And right as you take that bag, and all of you pick up these trinkets from the past, something happens. And you all look at each other and realize that the second you touch these items, you are not the adults that came into this game. These 20-year-old, these people in their late 20s in 1999. You are now in this distorted version of your high school, and you are now all the teenagers that you were in the year 1989.
Oh no, senior year.
No.
I look around at the other three. I look very similar to how I looked. My clothes are a little less.
Yeah, Rusty and Mira are pretty similar.
Yeah, I look very similar. Yeah, I do look at the other ones and just like logging, who they were and remembering and kind of connecting that to who I just saw before we touched these items. And I kind of sink even more into myself, and I just kind of like, I go to the wall like I usually do and just hair in front of the face. I don't want to be here.
I look down at what I'm wearing, and I'm horrified to see that it is full on cheerleader skirt, sweater, everything, little sneakers, and I see my hair is now down like chest length, big wavy hair. I'm horrified.
And
Jean,
that's when
right
Rusty then says, "Oh, Meadow."
Yeah.
Jean,
Yeah.
Jean's blonde flip is gone. Her hair is dyed jet black with blunt bangs under the eyebrows and choppy Coastings Gloria, Patty Smith, Bob, and tight black jeans and long sleeve black shirt held together entirely with safety pins and spiked bracelet on the left. Huh.
Talent show Jean.
Nice to see you.
And
yeah, Rusty at this point of time was not quite as sallow and like hadn't gone a little bit to seed, so he still had that fairly jacked protein shaked, completely now banned from all markets kind of sort of supplement stuff. So yeah, but it doesn't look all that otherwise different.
Yeah, Rusty and Mira are like pretty similar to who they are as adults now. And now I'm going to introduce that D6 complication. The bell rings. And you're not alone in the hallway anymore. There's a cluster of cheerleaders at the end of the hallway. And they're all whispering to each other and giggling. And they're not doing much other than whispering to each other and giggling and kind of pointing over their shoulders at you as they're in this huddle. Just...
Okay, I remember how this goes. So, that message thing, whatever is going on here, it said we have to find our way back. So let's just maybe leave. Let's just get out of here immediately.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, though, like the doors are that way, and I like point past the whispering cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Great, fine, let's go. And I charge towards the whispering cheerleaders.
Oh,
And Meadow, as you lead the charge towards the whispering cheerleaders, one turns towards you. And you see that she looks just like all of the girls that you used to cheer with. She's in the same costume, she's got the big side ponytail. But she doesn't have a face.
oh, crap.
Whoa! No!
And then you realize none of the cheerleaders do. But they're still whispering and giggling and pointing at you.
Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop short. And just look at him. I am majorly creeped out right now.
I'm going to be
And
following
Red is-
along afterwards to try and, like, because if we're moving, we're moving. I'm not going to run at them, but I guess I'll catch up behind Meadow. And then, do I see the same thing? Do they have no faces?
You all see
to
the
me
same
as well?
thing.
As those two are kind of up there in the front, staring down the people that can't stare back, I do what I always do. I take advantage of the fact that there's things happening and maybe I can just slip past. And I just want to head down, walking fast as I can, skirting around the group to just get to the other side, trying not to make eye contact with the eyeless cheerleaders.
I slipped into some kind of totally unasked for automatic like herding thing with Mira, so I try to sort of follow you, like be like, all right, let's we'll be very quiet is what we'll do.
And right as the two of you start to pass the cheerleaders, one of them breaks off from the group and stands in front of you.
Uh,
And as you both recoil, you see that blank face. But then the center starts to open up. And it's just sharp teeth and a tongue.
oh,
Let's
jeez.
go this. Let's run. Let's go this way instead.
Yeah, turn and run. Turn and run.
So
Yeah.
you're all
I'm
running and
frozen.
now they're all...
Oh, you're frozen?
Are you all running?
Yeah.
Are you all running?
No, I'm frozen.
Alright, they're chasing.
Yes.
I think that my reaction to something scary is I freeze. So I'm frozen
Oh, no.
as the others run away.
Oh,
All right,
no.
does anybody go back
I start
from
running
Mira?
before I okay.
I'm gonna
I'm
try to
running.
grab your arm because I was the
I will
closest. I
grab
think.
the other arm. How about we both team up and drag her away from here, because that's not good. That's not
Okay,
good.
and
That's not good.
I'd like to try to wake her up with my cheerleader bullhorn. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
All right, so I'm going to have you roll that, actually. I'm going to have you try and snap Mira out of it.
Okay.
So-
So,
Do you want any suggestion on how to do this, Ness,
Yes,
or are
please.
you good?
thank you, Rules Father.
One of us is going to be the one who does the roll, and then the rest of us will add a die from our character sheet, character file, to help out. And I'm
Okay.
thinking what we would add in this case would be one of us would pick one of our attributes, just of the physical, mental, social, and just have that be helping, or we could, if we have these relationships as close, friendly, and acquaintance thing, maybe you could decide that's how we help.
Okay, so
Be up to you.
I kind of like the idea of the team up, where one of you rolls and then two of them assist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have Meadow roll, since she has the megaphone, and I'm also so psyched she immediately used that asset.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have Rusty and Jean assist.
All right. So
Can
should
I
we
use
just
my
give?
parent?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's also useful.
Like, I'm kind of a mom friend. Can I use parent to sort of try to... Sorry, all this unasked for dragging you around.
Yeah, can you use parent in Meadow's role, or
Well,
would you use that on her own?
Vanessa, you should just decide that whenever someone's helping out, there is one particular trait set that we use as our default to give the die from. So if you want to say it's the roles, then we pick one of those roles that makes the most sense, and that's what we hand over to help. So Jean would add parent, the parent die to Meadow's dice pool, and I would decide maybe enforcer, because I'm kind of trying to be a sort of a protective, helping kind of saving person.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to have Meadow roll, and then we're going to add the parent and the enforcer to that roll.
All right.
Okay.
So you get a D8 from me, Meadow.
All right. D8 enforcer, and then
Mine is a
Jean's?
D10.
D10
Ooh.
parent.
But,
Nice. And then do
Vanessa,
I
you'll
just
have to
assemble
roll
my
first, I
pool?
think.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Vanessa
And
will
I'm
roll
rolling-
first
Oh,
to
right,
set the...
Okay.
And since this isn't the cheerleader complication, I'm rolling something different, correct?
You can always start with the base of difficulty of how hard you think it's going to be, and D6 is your average, D8 is challenging, and D10 is way hard, and 12 is like, well, don't even bother. So you could pick any one of those and have two of them. And if you want to you'll throw the complication in if it's somehow getting in the way, and I think the cheerleaders are kind of making it difficult because they've got freaking faces
Yeah,
with
so you
big
can throw that as a
tongues and
third
teeth.
die.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do...
Oh no.
Again, this is a lucky day for everyone. That's what I get for rolling a number that I think is a funny joke.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Okay. So now I just build my pool as normal after adding the two.
Bonus dice. Yeah.
Okay, so I think social, because honestly, whenever someone gets on a bullhorn, it's a matter of, are they annoying or am I actually going to listen to them? I think that's a social thing. Values would be, I think I would also say enforcer, because I'm saying let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
And then we've got the beat absolutely applies here as my cheerleader distinction. And then the bullhorn, which is another D8. All right. That's a pretty nifty, meaty die pool. All right.
Ooh, okay. Let me see.
Okay.
Well, you definitely beat my roll. That's you beat my roll. So not only do you snap Mira out of it, but you're all able to like just get away as those like mouths and teeth are gnashing at you, and you're running down the hallway. There's doors on either end, and it forks at the end. So decide where you're going next.
Oh crap! Could we
as you sprint?
Could we each go in? Could we go in different directions, Jean, and then pull her like in between it briefly?
Well,
You
yes,
can
we can.
Scooby-Doo it,
We
you
will
can
definitely
wrangle.
start to go in different directions. But I will say, like, if you're going that way, I'm gonna, without realizing it, Meta, which way are you going?
I kind of look between the two. Is there any discernible difference between the two directions at all? Or is it pretty much the
Yes,
same?
and this is going to decide what happens next.
Okay.
To the left, you know, is the cafeteria. To the
Okay.
right, you know, is the gym.
Oh, they're separate. What a fancy school. Okay.
Oh, flashbacks.
Remember
So
in
cafeteria and
1988
gym.
they had a
Aliza.
big extension on?
They probably have like an auditorium with a stage too.
Yeah, it's like that kind of
it's
school. Like, this is
separate.
1989.
Yeah. That's the kind of high
Thank
school
you.
I went to. We had like 4 different buildings, and we had a campus. It was fancy. Anyway,
Thank you,
I
Sunrise,
think the gym,
fellowship
because there's going to be. What's
I
that?
think the gym.
Wait,
I said
actually,
thank
no.
you,
Well, I was
Sunrise.
thinking.
Donations.
Sunrise Fellowship brought you
Yes, there you
the
go, there you
amazing
go.
school.
Well, we do have a lot of money. We
Yeah.
did, I should say.
With-
We did. We do not now. We don't.
In 1989.
Now you have a lot of soup.
Yeah.
Exactly.
we have tons of soup.
So you're
Can't
going to
remember
the gym?
protesting them accepting that donation.
Yeah, I think my first instinct was gym, because maybe there'll be like ropes or something where we can. The cafeteria is probably a better option because knives, weapons. But I'm gonna say gym because that was my first instinct.
Okay.
So,
You
to the right.
all run into the gymnasium, and you immediately realize, as soon as you get in, that it is sweltering hot in there. Like, somebody just opened an oven door and you just ran in, and it is sweltering hot. And the door slams shut
God.
behind you.
That doesn't seem like there should be air conditioning in here, right? I remember there being air conditioning in here, right?
Okay,
It's-
can we look around? Are there any other doors?
So there are 2 doors in the gymnasium itself, right at the end, across where, the basketball court is. There are some bleachers. There's the rope that goes straight up. And you're all starting to realize that it is only getting hotter.
Oh God. I'm gonna say, let's see if those doors over there open, and just like power walk over to those doors across the basketball court.
Mira, are you
Okay.
running now, or are we still dragging you?
I'm running now. She snapped me out of it with that bullhorn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and keep up with the cheerleader, I think, because she's going in the right direction, which is out.
Okay.
We all fall in behind Meadow as we head for the doors.
You head for those doors, and you realize they're locked.
Of course.
Oh no.
But when you all turn around
I-
to investigate the gym, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna, sort of as they realize it's locked, maybe communicate that. I read a book on lockpicking once. I can try. Maybe Meadow, you look like you would have a bobby pin or something.
Yeah. Oh God, I always did. Here.
And I'm just gonna try to pick the lock.
All right, you're gonna pick that lock as that temperature is rapidly climbing.
Whew.
I'll
And,
turn around and look
it's-
and see what if there's anything coming after us. The things, the cheerleaders.
Now, by this point, they've reached that door and they are pounding on it and making inhuman screeches. Like, whatever head start you have now is gone. They are at that door and they are trying to get in, and you now realize that gym is once again hell because it is getting hotter and hotter and it's not
no.
stopping. So you don't have that many options. You're either going towards the cheerleaders or you got to get out this door. So it's also going to be a tougher roll because it's a pretty hard lock to pick.
Yeah.
So,
And I would also, this seems like the cheerleaders, they're pounding on the door. That complication, you can probably still roll that against me.
so we're going to make this one 2 d8s and a d6.
Oh boy.
Or actually, nope. Mama just had an evil thought. All right.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
Whoa!
Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay. I feel like this
me.
is some kind of revenge for my DMing.
This is like,
And
oh,
fine,
2d4s, okay. I'm going to roll those, and maybe 2d6s. And you're like, nope, let's just crank it all the way up to 10.
All the way up, 18. Boy, oh boy. All right, well, I got my mental die.
I've never rolled this in my life.
Pulling out whatever memories I have from reading some old book on lockpicking. This would be my rebel die. Getting into stuff that you're not supposed to be getting into. My Encyclopedia Obscura, because again, this is just weird stuff I've read in books. And I'm going to... Oh! My name tag. That's like, one of those pin-on ones that's kind of like plastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to use that as like a credit card in the door to like catch the
Perfect.
Lock in there. So I will add that.
And that was a D8.
Boom. Yeah. Okay. I can do this. Rolling dice. Oh my gosh. I can't even make that happen by spending plot points. I thought I can spend plot points, I'll be fine, but no, because I can only make 18, and in Cortex, you need to beat it to yeet it, so I will save all my plot points and accept this heroic failure.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, so as you're holding onto the handle, and you're trying to pick the lock, the handle heats up too and starts burning.
I think I don't think we're supposed to go that way, and I'm just gonna like turn around thinking we can do something else.
So Mira, when you turn around, in the center of the room, where there wasn't before, is now one of those TVs that they would roll in whenever the teacher was sick. You know the ones, we all know the ones, the big clunky one on a cart with like a VHS in.
Yeah.
So
from the
suddenly,
AV
out of nowhere,
to hold on.
There's a big AV club set up right in the middle of the gym.
The cheerleaders aren't here?
The cheerleaders are still trying to break in.
Do we all see it?
So we go.
Yeah.
You all see it. All of you see it.
Where did that come from?
Hell.
Rusty, go and see if it turns on.
I'll run up to it because I remember VHS tapes. That was about the last time I knew how to do a lot of electronic equipment. So I'll go up there. We still use them at the fellowship. We put them on. That's that thing that welcome to the Sunrise Fellowship. All right.
That's a video of you
Here's
waving.
the sun. Let us light shine upon you. I'm also going to be, by the way, under my breath, because although I am looking like myself as a teen when I was, quite active in the youth groups and fellowship things, I don't. It's not overt as much anymore as an adult, but I am under my breath, sort of just like saying all the different litanies and things from the Book of Nicodemus. These are the things we say if the adversary is coming upon us and the darkness is blah. So I'm just saying that stuff, and it's going to be audible, but it won't be like loud and whatever. It's just like and I will try and turn on the TV and the VHS thing, the VCR.
Okay. There's a tape in it, just halfway in, that's not quite pushed in yet, that says health and safety on it.
Oh yeah, push that in.
All right, you push the tape in, and a video starts playing. And it's clearly one of those tapes that was made like easily a decade or so before you all were even teenagers yourselves, that they just reuse for every student body.
A film strip.
Yeah, it's like a film strip that they ported to a VHS, and there's a lady on it. Health and safety is so important these days, don't you think so? And it all starts with washing your hands. Have you really thought about how you wash your hands?
I'm looking at the others. Almost like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect to happen, but it was not actually an actual health and safety video, to be honest.
It's so
What is
important
this?
to be pure and clean. You know about being pure and clean, right, Rusty?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Sure. All right. I'll take out my handkerchief and I'll just clean my hands off and I'll say, "Look, see?
Oh no, you're missing the most important ingredient, Rusty. A little soap and...
Water?"
And right as you say water, the sprinkler system starts going off.
Ah, see, I figured this out.
And you're given instant cooling relief from the heat. It's been sweltering. It was awful. And while the cheerleaders are still trying to break their way in, at least you know you're safe in this room for a little bit longer from the heat. Because the water is bringing some relief. But the sprinklers aren't stopping.
Oh.
And it stops sprinkling. And it starts gushing. And now the room is filling with water.
Yeah, can we get to are the bleachers off the walls, or are they, like risers basically? What? Yeah.
Yeah, so the bleachers are off the walls and they're risers. You have the rope going up to the ceiling. The water is filling up pretty rapidly, so you're all starting to get to a point where it's getting floatable and swimmable pretty quickly. And now, the woman on the screen is gone, but the man in the lake image is on the TV.
Oh,
Crap.
And at the bottom,
I don't want to be in the water.
you can see the text that says, "Don't you wish you can go back?" So, who hasn't rolled yet?
Amy.
Amy hasn't
Amy?
done any rolls.
So, the screen says, "Don't you wish you can go back?" You have that entire setup. What's your next move?
Screen says, "Don't you wish you can back?" My first thought was bleachers. Get us up on top of those bleachers. If there are no windows in here, I want to sort of start pushing us up towards one of those and climb up on. If we need to pull them out, or are they? You said they're already out?
They're already out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just start climbing the bleachers and try to get a different point of view. Come on, guys.
Does everyone follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also
So,
just want to, if I can, just take a quick look, because you mentioned this rope. Is there anything at the top of the rope
just ceiling.
of interest? Okay, perfect. Then yeah, I'm looking as if there's gonna be something helpful, and I will just follow the person giving commands, so I go up.
Would it actually, on the way to the bleachers, I'd like to take a detour and grab the bottom of the rope and bring it with.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let you have it.
Okay, cool.
Because as you're getting to the top of the bleachers, the water is now at your ankles and you're at the top of the bleachers. The actual AV club setup is now underwater and it's still flashing. Don't you wish you could go back? And you're at the windows at the top.
Are they locked?
Okay.
They're locked.
Are they the kind that had the the chicken wire wire in them that was keep them from being easily broken, or are they perfectly easy to smash and I can just sort of put my elbow through it?
So this is paid for by Sunrise, but they didn't buy these windows, so they don't have the chicken wire. So they're very smashable.
We had a number of offshore contacts that we used back in the day, and they weren't very good.
Yeah. So you've got some smashable windows, Amy.
All right. I kind of look back at my guitar, but I can't do it. Is there any way to sort of pry up, like, if I just try my own elbow, what'll happen?
We're gonna roll for this.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jean, I'm going to... Hopefully I don't have another horrifying roll. So I'm gonna put...
It's like 2d12.
Right, I'm gonna do 2d8s, and those cheerleaders are still finding a way in, and you don't know if those cheerleaders can swim. And if they can, oops. So they're in there too. Mellie, you're right, it's a power. It takes a while to kick in, but when it does, it's really easy to get irresponsible.
We know who
That was
the
almost the
GM is
best
now.
you could possibly do. You're one off the best outcome that you could get. Well,
Oh my god.
have fun, Amy.
Let's do this! I need to make myself
Right.
cool. My physical die is a 6. So I'm clicking it to add it to my pool.
Yeah.
And then... which of my values do you think this would come under? Is this an enforcer thing, or can this be a parent thing because I'm trying to defend us? Or is that
I'm
a
gonna
cheat?
give it, I think, enforcer.
Okay.
I was going to offer another option, and that is that
Oh.
breaking windows is very rebellious.
That's even worse, but we can do it. Is it a yeah, my tragically grown-up Jean, my rebel's a 4. But
But
can I add a distinction?
Yeah, you always
you
get
can
one
add a
of them.
distinction. And if I could make a suggestion,
Mhm.
as someone who was a real high school punk, those wrist cuffs make excellent knuckle guards.
What a
Yeah.
great point. Absolutely, I slide that cuff as if I've done it 10,000 times over my knuckles. And roll my sleeve up. And I would like to add my distinction, bad reputation.
Yes. And that
Um,
knuckle cuff is a D8.
And my... How do I tell it to be a D8 instead of a D6?
There should be
Or
like a
just
little
anything.
dice with a plus sign.
Yep, got it.
On the top
All right.
Yep.
Side note, this is so cool. Okay. Drag? Have I done it? I think I've done it. So that
Awesome.
I've got 4 dice. Am I cheating in some way?
No,
Nope.
you'll always get at
That
least
sounds like the right number.
3 because you're going to have an attribute, one of those roll dice. It says values on our sheet, but it's actually a roll, and a distinction. Those are your core 3 of whatever.
Mhm.
Anything else is extra bonus good. So 4 is fine.
And I get to take my top ones.
Yeah,
Essentially.
2 together. 2 of them. Once you roll them.
All right. We need this. I don't have an extra shirt to wrap around, but I pull my spiked cuff down on my hand, and I try to go for it. And...
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh boy, things ain't good for us.
Nope.
Okay.
Do I hit
So-
end turn, or...
Yeah.
You can keep it
So-
up for now for reference, and then you can end it when we resolve what happens.
I want
You
to
do
be
have
reminded
a
how
plot point
badly
if
I
you wanna
just
s-
lost.
That's another hitch that you could always give more plot points to.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, whenever we get more of these hitches and you buy them, you should just step up that horrible cheerleader died from 6
Yeah,
to
make the
something else.
cheerleaders really scary.
So, you know what? I'm gonna buy that hitch and give you a plot point.
Plot point!
I'll buy that hitch. I'm gonna give you a plot point. Those cheerleaders are at D8 now, so one of them has just smashed through the window in the door, and they're all trying to clamber through, and the water isn't draining.
Underwater? Like they're going into... Oh, no. It's not good.
Yep.
They don't have faces. Why would they need to breathe?
Yeah, they don't need to breathe. They just got the mouth and the teeth and the tongues. But that VHS is now emitting a glow. And the words, "Don't you wish you can go back?" Back is now flashing on the screen.
I don't want to do it myself. I'm a coward. I'm gonna turn to them, look at them, but then I kind of have that same thing of that voice in my head saying, "You're a coward. You're stupid. You can't help anything. You're just a failure." And then I kind of get that same, like, I straighten up a bit, and I look a little bit different as I take on the personality of my dead sister, who is perfect in every way, and I want to dive in. She was a swimmer. I want to dive in and try to get to the TV. I want to hit rewind on the VCR.
Okay. In that case, this one's going to be pretty easy.
I mean, you say that, but we'll see what you roll.
I know. All right. We have 2 D4s, and then the D8 of the cheerleaders.
Still got a 10 with that. Oh my god.
That's true, though.
That's more manageable, but still 10 out of...
Yeah. Part of me wants to buy the hitch to step down the cheerleaders, but the other part of me wants my plot points to use, so I'm going to keep my plot points.
Okay.
I'm going to do physical. I'm trying to swim down here, get back to the bottom of the gym. This is going to be my... What would this be? I think this is going to be my philosopher. I'm interpreting this thing. I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand this curse that we've got on us. I'm going to use my philosopher here. And this is my strange distinct. This is my no. I'm Mila. I'm not myself right now. I've got kind of this other identity of my dead sister, which is what I'm going to use for that. And I think that's everything. Oh god, I wish there was more. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, I have a plot point. So I'm going to spend a plot point, move that 2 over, make it an 11, which will just succeed.
Just be enough. All right. So you did it. You swim all the way over. You hit that rewind button. And then as soon as you do, all of the water in the room starts being sucked into the television.
Oh, crap.
And it drains down. And you're safe at this moment. But the television is now empty. And there's something neatly folded up sitting inside of it. Does anybody want to grab it?
Take it. Yeah.
All right. You pick it up, and it's a Letterman jacket with the name Blake stitched on the chest.
I'll hold it up for everybody else to see. Is this any?
Do we remember a Blake from school?
I do. I come
And
down
Meadow,
from
right as you
the
say that.
bleachers.
Go ahead.
That's it. I just start coming down from the bleachers.
And right as you say, "I do," and you come down from the bleachers, the tape from the VHS sprays out and wraps you all in. And you're all pulled into it. And you wake up together, and you're not in school anymore. You're now at the video hut that Mira used to work at.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Because it's not over. You just started to scratch the surface at the mystery of the man in the lake. And that's where we're ending our game.
Oh, gosh.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Vanessa, amazing.
Yay!
Everybody just, wow.
Yes,
That was
Vanessa.
delightful. Thank
Fantastic.
you,
That's so fun!
everybody, for watching. Thank you, Vanessa, for GMing. Thank you, Cam, Aliza, Amy, for playing, and for tuning into this first episode of Stranger Towns. We will be back here 3 p.m. PT next Thursday for the second episode. And in the meantime, you can check out everything Cortex on our social media. Links coming up in chat, links in the description if you're watching in the future, and cortexrpg.com, where you can get the book yourself, where you can build your own weird and wild setting like this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell your friends if you enjoyed this. Have them also be creeped out. Tell them to turn off the lights as they watch it, of course. And we will see you all here next week. Farewell.